what do you do at 2? And he has this incredible second half, right, in the championship game. That sets everything up. That sets the narrative for him. Mm-hmm. He then goes out and has a really tremendous year, right? They end up losing in the championship. And then has a catastrophic year where a lot of injuries happen. Things don't go, he has obviously the really bad injury at the end that ends the season.
He didn't have the opportunity in a lot of ways to play, like the way that this schedule turned out, he didn't have an opportunity to play his best against good teams, which influences our system a lot. So Burrow playing awesome against Clemson is huge. And Tua not being able to play a lot of those games is bad for him. And
you can look at this, and a lot of people, this is a question that we got asked. What do you make of that? Well, what I make of that is the variance increases. It's not necessarily, yes, does the mean move back a little bit? Sure. But what really it does, it says, I know less about this guy. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. You're buying, not only when you're saying Burrow projects better, are you buying average being higher, you're buying certainty.
Yeah. And the way that variance works in the NFL is very rarely will variance, there's a ceiling to some degree.
Sure.
So if you increase variance, the chances are the tail to the left is going to be more pronounced than the tail to the right, because the tail to the
uneven butt cheeks is what you're talking about.
The tail to the right is being, pushed forward prior by Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and now Mahomes, and it's just difficult to say,
Tom Brady.
Everybody's like,
tail.
who's the next X, right? People have been like, who's the next Jordan? Who's the next Mahomes?
It's Moynihan?
Like no one,
So if you're at 2, we've just talked about how Tua is, a lot more average than you probably think. There are a lot of question marks there. At the same time, the guy's accuracy is absolutely phenomenal, and that is the number one thing you're looking for. The second thing you're looking for is, does this guy have a decent head on his shoulders?
Yep.
And that appears to be the case. And he doesn't, as much as he has made some boneheaded plays, overall, he has not made a high number of really catastrophic plays. He does a good job of limiting those. So you think to yourself, well, is he Jimmy G without a high number of turnover-worthy plays? And would I buy that at number 2?
Yes.
Or would I rather trade back or take Chase Young? So rank those 3 for me.
Okay, well, if I'm Washington, and we talked about this yesterday, you made fun of me mercilessly. Let's throw Alex Smith out of the equation. Jesus. So if you have Haskins and you have Tua, the probability that you get average or better quarterback play from that position is substantially bigger than if you have Haskins, Chase Young, or Haskins and then Haskins or a few picks that you generate in the later rounds, and even if you use one of those on a lesser quarterback. So to me, the question becomes, okay, are you building a good enough infrastructure for your team for average quarterback play to be something you can capitalize on? Take Cincinnati for the Marvin Lewis years. If that's the type of team you're building, then you take Tua here, because if you can get yourself average or better quarterback play, and you don't care who it is, if it's Tua or Haskins, by all means, then you do it. If you are rebuilding, so let's say you think that your team's going to stink, and average quarterback play is not going to get you anywhere near because your team's not good enough, then I think you trade back. So that would be my second preferred decision. I think the third preferred decision is to take Chase Young and hope that Haskins works out. And that last choice isn't the worst choice that anybody's ever made, but it's by far the worst of the 3.
No, it's not. But here's how I'd say it. And I need to emphasize this. I can't emphasize this enough. This is not about Chase Young, the football player. Chase Young is the best football player in this draft. Well, he and Burrow are pretty close.
I think Isaiah Simmons has a chance.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. I've made that argument too, and I'm with you. But let's just say we've picked nits, and Chase Young is the guy. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't. What he does, by definition, incurs a lower value. You can be a great pass rusher. The highest graded pass rusher last year was T.J. Watt. He was phenomenal. Number 2 was Calais Campbell. And I don't know if you followed the NFL last year. Those teams fucking stunk.
Well,
hold on. I have an analogy for you.
Okay.
I have an analogy for you. I'm a big fan of In-N-Out.
Okay.
I love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I would eat In-N-Out over a lot of different meals. And when I go to Los Angeles, I do my best to go to In-N-Out. But I got to be honest with you, I don't go there every time I go to Los Angeles. You know why?
Well, there's other things.
There are things that are better than In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And that's taking cost into account. Like, I get a great meal at In-N-Out for $7. But if you said, hey man, you have to spend $50, you can have, let's make it $100, make it easier. You have $100 to spend, you have to spend it. You can either go spend it on a fantastic dinner at these, two places that you really like where the average meal is going to cost $100, or you can spend $100 on In-N-Out. You're not going to In-N-Out.
Yeah, you're not.
So that's what taking Chase Young at this position would be. He is a fantastic player in his equivalence class of burgers that I'm buying at, for $8. He is the best. But that simply doesn't win you Super Bowls. It could get you from 6 to 7 wins, which actually hurts you.
Right.
He can get you from 7 to 8 wins, which actually hurts you because you don't have a shot.
It can get you from hungry to fed, right? But it can't get you the value.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.